our home office in Southern California. So this is Dave, Temecula, California, right there. That's where our corporate office is domiciled. We also happen to have a satellite office in Madrid, Spain. The company is entering its 12th year in business as of this March. We paid out tens of millions in commissions all around the globe. We have customer service in multiple languages. We, as a company, we're debt-free, very profitable. We even doubled in size during the global pandemic. And so think about being a travel company where you have an offering so unique and enticing that even the pandemic did not slow down our sales. This is our CEO and founder. He'll pioneer the mobile car washing industry in Southern California, which, by the way, he was a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year. And I don't know if you're a golfer at all, Dave, but the guy who beat him out was Callaway Golf. So the guy who started Callaway was the winner, and Dave was the runner-up.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, but in fact, if you ever come here to Temecula, they have a Callaway winery here too, by the way.
Okay.
So you have to check that out. But anyway, there's three main things that we do as a company. Number one, we show people how they can book at the travel agent rate, which means you can book travel without the 50, 60, 70% markup from all of the mainstay retail travel sites. Expedia, Trivago, Booking Holding, whoever you book through, they're all the same, right? And so you're going to book without all of that artificial markup, which means you can save up to 70%. And the great thing about our product is we can go back and demonstrate it. We can go back and open up our back office. We can open up Expedia's website. We can go to Vegas, Orlando, Cancun, Miami Beach, Chicago, New York, LA, Boston. You want to go to Venice, Barcelona, Paris, Tokyo, London, and place after place after place, side by side. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, you guys really are 40, 50, 60, 70% less. And then, so when people see that, they're blown away. And then you can say, hey, can you think of 3 other friends that might want to save this kind of money on travel? And most people are like, yeah, well, because if you can find 3 people, not only is your membership with our company free, but you're now going to earn these travel points every single month, also for free. And you can turn those points in for amazing vacations all over the world. I am going to get into the details of all of that. And then finally, for some people, they say, hey, man, I love travel. I would like to make some extra money. This isn't for everybody, but for some people, we have the option where you can partner with our company and you can turn fun into fortune, passion into profit. Now, the travel industry is the single largest industry in the world. In fact, the industry is so big that even during the height of the pandemic, it was still the single largest industry in the world. Even after travel sales plummeted, from 10 trillion all the way down to 5 trillion, it was still the biggest industry in the world. And so nothing comes close to the size of travel because it's the one thing everybody wants to do. You can go out and ask 100 people tomorrow, if you had all the time and all the money in the world, what would you do? Number one answer, I travel. If you ask people, hey, do you like to travel? Half of them will correct you. No, we don't like to travel. We love to travel. We live to travel, meaning this is the stuff of passion, the stuff of dreams. And when you can show people how to make those dreams come true, it's not hard to grow a big base and make money. Now, when we help people save money, we do it in all the normal travel arenas. The hotels and the resorts are our bread and butter. This is where we can save up to 70%. Now, rental cars, it's only going to be like 20 to 50%. Cruises, going to be like 10 to 15%. But we also have shopping, dining, NFL tickets, concert tickets, and there's a whole host of ways you're going to save a ton of money. And people will save the cost of our membership many times over just in the miscellaneous stuff, even before we get to the vacations you're going to receive every single year. Now, the travel industry is not only the biggest in the world. This is Bloomberg Finance, came out August 21st, so just a handful of months ago. And they're predicting travel to go from 10 trillion, the biggest in the world, to 15.5 trillion in the next 9 years. That is a 50% growth. I mean, that is unprecedented. To put that in context, it's going to grow by 5 trillion. The entire energy industry, oil, is only 5 trillion. We have a couple of aircraft carriers sitting in the Middle East to protect that oil, and travel is going to grow by more than the entire energy industry in just 9 years. What's driving that unprecedented growth? My daughters, right? I happen to have 3 daughters. They are millennials. They are 38, 35, and 30. And of course, also Gen Z. But when you look at the millennials and Gen Z, they represent 2/3 of the entire global population. And this is Fortune magazine from this past summer. For this group of people, travel is not a luxury. It is an important budgetary item, not a luxury, but a necessity. For this group of people, they would rather have experiences than things. They would rather have a dream vacation than a luxury item. And our family's living proof, guys. Again, 3 daughters, and we've always done a big Christmas. I mean, we did the Apple laptops, Apple iPads, iPhones, Tory Burch boots, Gucci sunglasses, $1,000 cash in each of their stockings. You know, we have an 8-foot tree, and the presents were 4 feet high, 4 feet out. You couldn't get anywhere near the tree. It took, 4 or 5 hours just to open up all the gifts, right? I mean, we just kind of went all in on Christmas. And then it was our daughters who made the declaration 5 or 6 years ago. We no longer want things below the tree. We would rather go on a dream vacation every year. And I promise you, there's nothing to do with the fact that we're in the travel business. They could care less what we do. I mean, this was their Christmas, right? It's just the sign of the times, right? This particular group of people, they want experiences more than things. And that's going to cause the travel industry to absolutely boom over the coming years. Now, here's the dirty secret in the travel business. 2 companies control the entire space. And so people think they're price shopping. In fact, these same 2 companies go to great lengths to make you believe you are price shopping, because you'll go to Expedia and it has certain kinds of functions and features, and you'll see a price on a hotel. Then you slide on over to Orbitz. It's got a different logo and different layout and some different, features. And you'll pull up the same hotel, and it's got a price pretty similar to Expedia, but slightly different. Then you go to Trivago, same thing, Hotwire, hotels, Travelocity, cheap tickets. And what you didn't know, or what most of the public doesn't know, is Expedia owns every single one of those sites. They literally sit back and just laugh, going, I wonder who they're going to choose, because the money's going to come to the same place no matter who you choose, right? Now, I believe the documentation beats conversation. And for you guys on here, we have a video. It's a link that you can send to people. We have this in a couple of different formats. But as you go to introduce the idea of what we're communicating here to others, right? Sometimes the biggest challenge we have is, hey, it sounds too good to be true. How are you guys getting a better rate than everybody else, right? We're going to answer those questions. But a big part of that introduction can be NBC News investigative reports as opposed to you or I. And in fact, NBC News broke the story 18 months ago. You think you're price shopping, but you're not. Let's just take a look.
If you go to online travel sites and scour them looking for the best hotel deal, you may be actually wasting your time.
NBC4 consumer investigator Randy Mack is here to explain how that works.
That's right. There's a reason these deals look similar. And the problem is that these third-party sites often fall under the umbrella of 1 or 2 companies. So while you think you're searching for multiple companies looking for the very best deal, every deal you're considering may actually be from the same company. Many savvy travelers look for the best hotel deals online.
I usually look at sites that kind of claim to have the best deals.
It seems like there's a lot of competition.
I've used Expedia, Trivago, there's Booking.com.
Always looking for a bargain. I like to see the red numbers that make you think like you're getting a good deal.
But that may not be the case.
Almost all those sites are owned by 1 or 2 companies.
According to the nonprofit Consumer's Checkbook, Expedia and Booking Holdings owns 95% of third-party booking sites. That means shopping around may be a waste of time, and Checkbook says calling the hotel directly won't land you a better deal. They're hesitant to undercut the booking sites.
And so that was a pretty big line, the last statement there. Calling the hotel directly isn't going to help you either, because the hotels get all of their business from Booking Holdings, which is really Priceline, by the way. And they get all their business from Booking Holdings / Priceline and Expedia. And if you undercut our price, well, we'll just kick you off our platform and enjoy bankruptcy. And so, again, it's kind of a collusion price scheme here that's happening. To give you an example, this is my middle daughter on the screen. She's an oral surgeon in Pennsylvania, and she got married about 18 months ago. They wanted to take their honeymoon to the Maldives. They wanted to get that private bungalow you see on the screen. On Expedia's website, it goes for 10 grand. on our site. Same room, same date, same everything, $6,000. Now, the biggest misnomer is people are like, wait a minute, hold on. How are you guys getting a better rate than Expedia? To which I reply, we don't have a better rate than Expedia. That's what I keep trying to tell you. $6,000 is the rate. Expedia chose to mark it up to 10 grand. Then they chose to buy every travel site you can think of so that when you price shop, all you see is 10 grand. And if you call the hotel directly, they won't undercut Expedia. They're like, yeah, 10 grand, that's the rate. When 6,000 is the actual rate. And if you want further proof of that, all you have to do is Google the top 10 internet companies in the world. You'll see Amazon, Google, Facebook, Alibaba, eBay, Netflix, all the usual suspects, companies making billions and billions. And on that list, here's Priceline and Expedia. Now, when you consider the fact that Priceline and Expedia do not own anything travel related, they don't own a hotel, they don't have a resort, they don't have a cruise line, they don't have a car rental agency. How are they making billions and billions like Amazon, Google, and Facebook? Because they own a monopoly and they're jacking the price up. And when you get rid of the artificial markup, you can book for $1,148 instead of $1,797. This is the Paradise Point Hotel in San Diego. You can book for $665 instead of $1,300. I mean, when you do the math on this, guys, it's only 3 nights. I mean, they marked it up $213 per night. It's not like they marked it up $10, $20. You know, Captain Kirk, the Priceline negotiator, he's got to make money too. No, they marked it up $213 a night. And so again, when you get rid of that markup, people are booking travel for 40, 50, 60, 70% less. Now, here's the amazing thing. When you look at the travel industry, when you look at the pricing model, you know, the pricing scheme that they use, it is the same model that has been used since the year 1758, 265 years ago. That means the pricing model that the travel industry is following is older than the entire country we live in, right? I mean, maybe it's time for something new. And so all we're doing as a company is we're bringing the Netflix model to travel. Now, when you guys think about Netflix, you know, they came in at a time when Blockbuster Video was king of the jungle. And Blockbuster had a simple model. If you want to rent a movie, it costs money. If you want to rent 2 movies, oh, it's going to cost you twice as much. 3 movies, 3 times as much. Well, here comes Netflix in 1997, and they said, look, we don't want to make money selling movies. We're going to sell a membership that lets you watch an unlimited number of movies. Well, what happened next? Well, Blockbuster goes bankrupt, right? And today, Netflix has 247 million members with 32 billion a year in revenue. Now, if you apply the Netflix model to the travel industry, we as a company do not make 1 penny selling travel. We make money selling a membership that allows you to book travel with no markup. Now, if you're somebody that books travel once every 2 years, you're probably better off at Expedia. But if you're somebody who travels once a year or twice a year or more, you're going to save a bloody fortune with our company. And to give you some specific examples, this here on the screen, if you look at the very, very bottom, you'll see the big red arrow. This is Expedia's website. Over here, you see the red arrow. This is our website. You can see that the rooms are identical by the picture. You can see this is the room, 1 king, high floor, 1 king bed, high floor. It's the same date, same room, same everything, okay? So we come over here to we see what Expedia is charging. It says total $331. Well, that includes the resort fee, which you cannot pay up front. You have to pay the resort fee at the property. So our price does not include the resort fee. So we want to keep this a head-to-head comparison. Under the pay now, Expedia is charging $154.81, okay? We are charging for the exact same room, exact same day, $38.71. Again, we don't have a better rate than Expedia. That's how much they marked it up. That's how they pay for all those commercials you see on television, right? Those commercials cost tens of millions. This is where they're getting the money from. And so when you get rid of the artificial markup, you can book this room for 72% less. Now, let me go to the next page. This is Miami Beach, right? And if you go to Expedia's website, you'll see the line that's crossed through here. Most sites are charging $6,500, somewhere in that neighborhood. Now, we are 83% less. Now, this is one of the best deals you're ever going to see. We don't have anything 90. 80 is kind of rare. You'll see 50, 60 regularly, 70, 80 is a little more or less common, but this one happens to be 80. And a lot of times what dictates that is occupancy rate, time of year, I mean, different things, right? But when they got empty rooms, the wholesale rate drops and you can save big time money. And so in this particular case, you're going to save $5,381. If you look at the one here in the middle, this happens to be the Venetian. That is a 5-star hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you go check Expedia and all the other sites, $3,946. Our site, $1,772. We are literally 55% less. You just saved $2,000 on this one place for 5-6 days there in Las Vegas, Nevada. And guys, we could take you city by city, and you're going to see 57% off, 66% off. You're going to see all the various savings. The travel industry is long overdue for a new concept. It's long overdue for a different pricing model. And that's all we're doing is bringing a new model to the travel industry, the single largest industry in the world, an industry that's expected to grow by 50% in the next 9 years. Now, as good as all of that is, that is not what made us big. What made us big is what I'm about to show you now. It is our Dreamcation platform. And this is where we can show anybody, anywhere, any budget, how to have an unbelievable vacation every single year. Now, I'm going to show this to you from our platinum perspective because it's our number one seller by far. In the United States, like 95, 96% of our sales come in at the platinum level. Now, when you buy the platinum, you're going to be earning these travel points every single month. What does that mean? It means you're getting an unbelievable vacation once every 6 to 7 months from our world tours or our getaway. So you're getting basically 2 vacations per year. Plus, you're going to get a vacation that does not require points. It's called our trip incentive. So at the end of the day, you're taking 3 vacations every single year. What I'm going to do is show you the kinds of vacations that you can go on. So this is the Canary Islands. You can come here for 7 nights, 8 days for nothing, right? I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. My wife and I were here just last year. If you've never been to the Canary Islands, they are identical to the Hawaiian Islands. The Hawaiian Islands are the rugged volcanic isles in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with perfect weather. The Canary Islands are the rugged volcanic isles in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean with perfect weather. They happen to be 60 miles off the coast of northern Africa, but they're owned by Spain. Now, we went to Tenerife, the number one, the largest island there. Absolutely gorgeous. If you've never been there, you got to put it on your list. Now, maybe you don't want to go there. Maybe you'd rather just go to Disney. You want to take your kids to Disney. This, by the way, is a Wyndham property. You can come here for 7 nights, 8 days. You got a full kitchen. You've got a dining room, a living room with a flat screen TV, fireplace, separate bedroom with a jacuzzi tub in it, and the couch in the living room, rolls out to a bed. So you can put the kids in the living room, and mom and dad got their own room with a jacuzzi tub. Now it's the honeymoon suite. Anyway, you're 10 minutes from Disney. You can come here for 7 nights, 8 days for $84, right? Trade in your points. This is one of the 2 trips you're buying per year. Plus you get a trip for free on top of that. So this is one of the 3 overall trips you're going on, and it costs you $84. Maybe you want to go to Cabo San Lucas. Now, this is a trip that my wife and I took. Back to here. Okay, guys, we are here on a Trevorium getaway. We are in Cabo San Lucas at a place called Garza Blanca. Now, they just built this place in the last 2 years. Brand new 5-star property. By the way, say hi, Miss Gina.
Hi.
That's my wife.
And
we are here at this incredible resort for absolutely nothing. Why? Because we got involved with the membership. And the membership allows you to book travel for up to 70% off the regular way. By the way, they got an infinity pool up there. We'll be shooting some video from there later on. But the membership allows you to save huge on travel. Well, you also get to earn points every single month. Well, if you tell 3 other people how to save big time money on travel, you get to earn your points for free. Well, my wife has an account. She told 3 people. I have an account. I told 3 people. So between the 2 of us, we're earning 500 points per month. Well, this particular location only costs 1,300 points to come down here for 7 nights, 8 days for absolutely nothing. Membership has its privileges. And so again, we have these kinds of vacations all over the world. So it brings up a lot of popular questions, right? For example, are there blackout dates? Is it hard to get a room? Is there a contract? Are there penalties? Is this a timeshare? Do I have to see a presentation? Am I a travel agent? What about this? What about that? And the answer to all those questions is no, 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 no. Let me say it in Japanese. No. Okay. And so we have our whole program is based on want to, not have to, right? And so in this particular section, you can go to almost every country in the world. Now, I got the menu up here. I actually took a screenshot from our travel portal where you'll book just on my mobile phone. So this is the United States, Mexico, Canada, Caribbean, Europe, Australia, South Pacific, South America, Central America, Asia, Africa, Middle East. Now, these arrows, if you click on them, they open up all the sub menus. And then some of those menus have sub menus, right? So if you click on the United States, it pulls up at least 32 of the 50 states have a resort in it. And of course, some places only have one or two. Like you see Connecticut. Connecticut doesn't have any arrows out to the left. So, there's not a whole lot of resorts in Connecticut they can list. There's some, but they don't need any sub menu. Where when you look at Florida, right? Well, Florida, you got Florida Disney, right? Florida Other, Florida East Coast, Florida West Coast, Florida Panhandle, Florida North, right? I mean, so Florida's got all kinds of, sub menus where you can dictate where you want to go in that particular category. Now, I did a search in the Disney area alone. So not the United States, not Florida, just the Disney area alone. And I did that search on May the 15th, and I could do it now live. It's almost always the same number. But there's 64 different places you can go right this very moment. So there's no lack of options. There's no lack of places. There's no blackout dates, right? There's no contracts. You can join today. You can cancel tomorrow, no penalties. All you do is you log in, you hit cancel, I'm out. This whole thing is based on want tos, not have tos. We are kind of the anti-timeshare company, by the way. And with our membership, if you tell 3 other people how they can legitimately save huge money on travel, well, at that moment, your membership is no longer coming off your credit card. Your membership is free, which means you're getting the travel points for free. And you can turn those travel points in for the kinds of vacations I'm just beginning to show you. Now, again, in the getaway section, 480,000 weeks available. Predominantly, they're 7 nights, 8 days. They're either studios or you got a 1-bedroom, full kitchen, living room, dining room, or a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, or 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. These kinds of places, right? 480,000 weeks all over the world. You go there, have a great time. Don't forget to send me a postcard. Now, in addition to that, we also happen to have our world tours. Now, what's the difference? A world tour is typically 4 nights, 5 days, where the getaways are 7 nights, 8 days. The getaways where you go all on your own, right, and have a great time. The world tour, you can go all on your own and have a great time, meaning you never have to talk to anybody, see anybody, associate with anybody. But when you go on a world tour, there will be lots of people from our company there at the same resort at the same time. Now, I want to emphasize, no one will ever know you're with our company unless you tell them. They just think you're some other guest at the hotel. They would never know. And so you can go there, do your own thing with your family, have a great time. But for many people, one of the attractions of our company is I get to meet these cool people from all over the world. And you'll see them in the lobby. They got a Trevorium hat on, a Trevorium shirt or Trevorium backpack, and you'll be in the elevator and, oh, you're with Trevorium. Where are you from? I'm from California. I'm from wherever. Oh, we're from Morocco. We're from Dubai. We're from Argentina, Peru. We're from the Solomon Islands or Papua New Guinea. We're from France or Belgium, or we're from Germany. We're from the Canary Islands. We're from, fill in the blank, right? And you get to meet these cool people from all over the world. And so when you look on the screen, this is Dubai, and this is one of our best sellers, right? You're here at a 5-star property. In fact, it's the Grand Hyatt. That's the picture there, the gold hotel you see there in front of the water. That's where you're going to stay. So that's the Grand Hyatt in Dubai. You're going to be here for 6 days, 5 nights. The breakfast is included. Now, when I say breakfast, look at the picture in the lower right-hand corner. Every kind of fruit, every kind of pastry, every kind of juice. They got the chefs there, make it up any way you want. And so when you're done with breakfast, you ain't going to need lunch. And so breakfast included, and your total price is $99. And it's as incredible as it is to be in Dubai, as amazing as it is to be at a 5-star resort with breakfast included, as unbelievable it is to be there for $99. When you leave, the thing you will probably talk about the most is not those features, but oh my gosh, I met all these different people from all over the world. And by the time you're done, there'll be people, you'll be hugging them. I love you, man. And you'll be exchanging information. I mean, you'll keep in touch with them via WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram from all over the world. And you'll be like, okay, Todd, I thought I got it. I know you tried to explain it, but until I went, I didn't fully get it. Now I get it. And my best analogy, guys, to help you understand this, if you've ever been to a football game or a basketball game or a baseball game, and you're there and you're in a crowd of people you don't know, but you're all rooting for the same team, and your team scores, and next thing you know, you're high-fiving everybody around you, and you know what I mean? There's this kind of this shared camaraderie, this shared energy, right? Well, it's that on steroids, because you're going to be there multiple days and an exotic location. So it's a part of what we sell, and it's something you cannot buy online. And for many people, once they experience it, they're like, okay, this is unbelievable. When's the next one? And guys, we have 8 to 9 of these kinds of trips every single month. So there's no lack of places to go. You want to go to Cartagena, Colombia. You want to go to Jamaica, Montego Bay. By the way, this is the Grand Palladium, 5-star resort, oceanfront, all the food, all the drinks, alcohol or otherwise, everything's included. Leave your wallet at home, and you are here for less money than the cost of a Motel 6 after you trade in your free points. You want to go to Portugal. You want to go to Puerto Vallarta. By the way, this is also a Grand Palladium. This is a 4-star, all the food, all the drinks, everything included, $29 after you trade in your points. And again, if you tell 3 people, your points are free. So you're trading in free points, and you and your significant other are going to go to an oceanfront property for 5 days with all the food. They have all these incredible restaurants there. They got the steakhouse, the French restaurant, Italian restaurant. They got the Thai place. They got the burger place. They got 3 buffets. You're guaranteed to come back 10 pounds heavier, right? And you're going there for $29. You're going to spend more money buying a bacon, egg, and cheese in the airport on your flight going down there than you will the entire time to be down there. You want to go to Las Vegas, Nevada. By the way, if you look at the room in the upper right-hand corner, that is the Venetian. This is a 5-star property. That is the room that you get. It's an absolutely incredible suite, and you're going to be there for next to nothing. Now, you want to go to Malaga, Spain, $32. Oceanfront room, breakfast included, amazing. Morocco, $9. Portugal. Now, this is a championship 9-hole golf course there, right? In fact, if you look at the picture in the lower right-hand corner, you can see the resort, and you can see all that green. That's the golf course, right? And then you obviously got the huge cliff that falls off there, and you got the ocean right there. I mean, guys, this is a 5-star property. It's the kind of place, I mean, just look at the picture in the lower left. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And you are here for $99. Copenhagen, Denmark. Vail, Colorado. You want to go to Lake Geneva in France. Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. Paris, France. You want to go to Venice for $1. By the way, again, if you go on the Venice trip, it's the Grand Hyatt. And not only is breakfast included, but the water taxi is included. Now, I was just in Venice last year, and I didn't go on the world tour. We booked it on the travel portal. We got like a room for 60% off. We saved a fortune. But we had to pay for the water taxi, right? So you land at the airport. You don't take a normal taxi. You take your bags and throw them on a boat, and the boat, takes you to your hotel. I mean, this is the floating city. Well, the water taxi, by the way, is $175 each direction. And so you're going to spend $300 just in water taxi. But when you go there on the world tour, the water taxi is included. And so again, I mean, there's amazing value, and you're going there for $1. So if you have told 3 people about our membership, your travel points are free. You're taking those free points, trade them in, book in Venice for $1 with the Grand Hyatt, breakfast included, and $300 something in water taxi included. I mean, again, amazing value. Athens, Greece. I was here last March. Guys, this trip's incredible. We had a door that went to our balcony from the bedroom, a door that went to the balcony from the sitting room. We got this huge balcony. You could see the ocean, all of Athens, Greece, surrounded by the mountains. And you guys are guaranteed this exact same view. You have a view of the Parthenon, and that's the structure you see there in the upper left-hand corner. That structure is 2,500 years old. In fact, it is 500 years older than Jesus himself, right? And so this is the reason that people from all over the world go there. And so just to give you an example, I took this picture from my mobile phone, sitting on my balcony, sipping wine. I mean, you are guaranteed that exact same view. It's literally right across the street. And so also you have breakfast included. Again, they have a endless mimosas. They have a champagne bar. They got baristas. They got like chocolate being melted down the wall, where they got all the pastries there. You can put the chocolate on top. 3 tables dedicated to dessert. They got the chefs there. Make it up any way you want. And you're going there, trading your free points, $99. Enjoy Athens, Greece, right? Maybe you want to go to the beaches of Hawaii, Crete, Greece, all the food, all the drinks, everything included, $319. And guys, that's your room. That's your view, right? I mean, so we have these kinds of places all over the world. I'm simply trying to give you a taste of the kinds of places we have, the kinds of locations that, there's new ones every year, different locations every year. There's no lack of places to go. There's no lack of chances to go. There's no blackout dates, none of that stuff. Now, to get started with our company, it is a $79 decision. If I join as a partner, I get the replicated website, the back office, the company, just the tracking, the training, all those kind of things. From there, I select my level of membership. We have 3 levels of membership. We have small, medium, and the one everyone actually buys. So if you do the small, it's $49 per month. I get to book at the travel agent rate. Well, to give you an example, I got a buddy, Jeff Miner. He rented a truck in Colorado for 2 weeks. On Expedia site, $2,800. Our site, $1,400. He saved $1,400 on a rink-dink car rental. This membership only costs $600 a year. On one little, car rental, he saved almost 3 times the cost of the membership. For people who travel, they will save a fortune. It's only $49 a month. Now, for $20 more per month, I then get the middle membership. So I get everything I got with the first membership, plus I'm now earning points, which I can basically take 1 vacation per year. And then if I do the membership that everyone buys, $249 down, $125 per month, I'm getting to book at the travel agent rate. I'm getting 2 vacations per year with the points, plus the trip instead of getting 3 actual trips per year. And just because we're on here on a private Zoom, guys, many people will save the cost of the membership just with the shopping and dining. Okay. Many people will save the cost of the membership just with the entertainment portal. Most people will save the cost of the membership 2 to 3 times over just with the travel portal. Other people will save 3 times the cost of the membership just with the tax savings because you have a home-based business. Other people will tell 3 people, I'm not even paying for the membership. And at the end of all of that, I still have 3 trips per year that I get to go on all over the world, meaning that there's unbelievable value here for anyone that likes to travel. In fact, I've got a buddy, he's got this great slide, and it says today's forecast, 100% chance of winning. And so if you're someone who likes to travel, our program is going to be something fantastic. Again, if you tell 3 people, your membership no longer costs you anything. And of course, then you can begin to tap into our compensation program. Now, with the compensation program, again, the first thing I want to bring up is that you can save huge money on taxes. And when you look at the general marketplace in the United States or Canada, most people are working regular jobs. They're school teachers, they're firemen, they're policemen, they're nurses. They're just doing it. They're plumbers. They're doing everyday kinds of jobs. And of course, they're having huge amounts of money taken out of their paycheck in the form of taxes. In fact, they probably pay roughly, by the time it's all said and done, 35 to 40% of their entire gross income goes to the federal government. Now, when you have a home business, you can write off the house, spouse, kids, meals, travel, entertainment. Again, you can write off travel, cell phones, miles on your automobile. In fact, for every 3 miles you drive, you get 65 cents a mile. So for every 3 miles you drive, it's $2. I tell people, if you don't have a home-based business, do me a favor, get in your car, set the trip odometer to 0. When you hit 3 miles, I want you to reach in your wallet, grab 2 $1 bills, and throw it out the window. And you're like, I'm not going to do that. You already are. You're just getting to visually watch it if you don't have a home business, because you can structure your business in a way to start maximizing your miles so that when you drive someplace, if you have business intent, I can write off a lot of those miles, which is going to save me $2 actual for every 3 miles I drive. And of course, a lot of people drive, 12, 14, 16,000 miles a year. And you start doing the math, you're like, oh my gosh, we're talking thousands of dollars. Yes. And if people can go validate that with their own tax professional. But they're going to find out that, again, if they work the business with an intention for a profit, they're going to save 3 times to 4 times as much in taxes as it even costs to join the membership. Plus, I'm getting 3 vacations per year. It's like I'm getting 3 vacations per year and a huge tax refund from the IRS. I mean, it's like they're paying for the whole thing. It's like, whose side are you on? Now, from there, you tell 3 people, they tell 3 people, that kicks in what I call the social sharing ripple effect. Now, this is something that we've all done our entire life. You've told people about a great movie. You've told people about a great restaurant. You told people about Facebook and Instagram. And so they're like, I did? Yeah. Facebook and Instagram has 40% of the global population, 3 billion users on their platform. Mark Zuckerberg, by the way, is now the 8th richest man in the world. Again, he's number 8 richest man in the world. Now, how did he get 3 billion people on the platform when he's never, ever advertised in any way, shape, or form? And if you think back, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. I invited my friends, and notice how small the ring is. I invited my friends. But then my friends invited their friends, and then their friends invited their friends, and the rings keep getting bigger. And their friends invited their friends, and then their friends invited their friends, and then their friends invited their friends, and eventually their friends invited their friends, right? And 3 billion people got involved. And so Mark Zuckerberg, got all of us to bring him the customers that made him the 8th richest man in the world, and he paid us nothing. Well, guess what? We track the ripple effect. If you tell someone how to save big time money in travel, you bring a customer to our company, we track that. If they tell someone to tell someone to tell someone, we track that. And the bigger the rings get, the bigger the check we're going to write you every single week is going to get. And by the way, the number one thing shared on social media is travel. Nobody goes on vacation without doing a photo dump, right? If your friends and family are on a vacation, you're going to know about it. Now, it was Warren Buffett, the 5th richest man in the entire world, who said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. Now, the reason I bring that up is that is not the current philosophy of 95% of our American public. In fact, 95% were taught, go to school, get good grades, get a degree, get a job. It's all going to be okay. Well, people have started to discover it ain't going to be okay. It ain't going to be okay. That old model is no longer working, especially for the young people today. They're buried in debt. They're living in their basements, their parents' basements, based on the salary they can earn for the degree they have. They can barely afford housing, let alone pay back their student loan debt, right? And so again, that model is broken. And so what they have to be taught is how to make money while they sleep. Well, tens of millions of people, in fact, 70 million to be exact, have flocked to what we call the gig economy. In fact, one of the fastest growing segments of the global economy is the gig economy. And people are doing Uber and Lyft, DoorDash and Instacart. They're doing Airbnb. They're doing podcast and YouTube videos. They're selling stuff on Amazon and eBay. All these people are doing all these things. 70 million at the moment, and they expect it to go to 90 million in the next 9 years, by the way. 20 million more will join them because the old model is no longer working. But none of those things make you money while you sleep. We do. In fact, we have a gentleman in our company. You see him here on the screen. This is Pastor Guy Taylor. And amazing couple, Deborah and Guy, they both joined the business together. Deborah had her own business and she got to about $3,000 a month. Her husband, Guy, had his own business. He got to $2,000 a month. And then Pastor Guy ended up passing away. Well, because Deborah was doing so well with the business, she gave his business to her granddaughters, Ava and Gracie. Okay, so they're 4 and 6 years old. So this is willable, inheritable, sellable. The money goes into a trust account. They cannot touch the money till they're 25. So that $2,000 a month, even though Pastor Guy passed on, that $2,000 a month keeps coming in every single month. Well, all of those people below Pastor Guy had an incentive to tell 3 people. Remember the social sharing ripple effect? Hey, I want to get 3 people. Why? Because my membership is free. I get the travel points for free. I want to go on vacations for next to nothing. And of course, I know 3 people that want to book travel for 40, 50, 60, 70% off, right? And so it creates the viral effect. Well, Pastor Guy's business continued to grow. He went from $2,000 a month to $3,000 a month to $4,000 a month to $7,000 a month to $9,000 a month to 11 grand a month to 13,000 per month. So he died 31 months ago. And in the 31 months since he passed on, his income went from 2 grand a month to 13,000 per month. And the check is still going up. He's not only getting paid, the check is going up. He's making more money than 97% of the people that live in America. And he made most of that money while he's not even on planet Earth anymore, right? And that money goes into that account for the granddaughters, right? By the time they turn 25, they will be millionairesses. And this is the thing. They have to begin to teach the young people today how to create a stream of income that's not dependent upon my day-to-day effort, right? How to create a stream of income that will create time freedom, that will create, wealth that can be passed on. Something happens to me, my kids inherit it. Something happens to them, their kids can inherit it, right? It's willable, sellable, and inheritable. Now, I'm going to walk you through our compensation program. And of course, again, the first thing you do is get 3. When you get 3, you're earning $4.10 per day. Means you're earning $127 per month. Out of that 127, they take your $125 membership right out of the 125, and therefore it's no longer coming off my credit card. When I get 3 people, I'm earning more than I'm spending. This is no longer costing me anything, right? And I have all the benefits completely for free. Now, let's assume that you add a 4th person. You got 2 on the left, 2 on the right. You're going to build 2 legs straight down, right? The very next person you put in, you're going to put at the bottom of the leg. Then you go to the bottom. Then you go to the bottom. If you put in Yulia, and then you put in Tatiana, you put Tatiana below Yulia, right? Then if you put in Jeanette, you put her below Tatiana. And then if you put in me, you put me below Jeanette. You're just building straight down 2 legs. Well, let's assume that your 4 people go out and tell a couple people each. You got 8 on the left, 8 on the right. Okay. This is something many of you will do in your first week or 2. And guess what, man? I'm earning $400 to $700 per month in ongoing residual income. Well, if I can get those 8 people on each side to tell a couple people each, I got 25 on the left, 25 on the right. I'm now earning $1,500 to $2,500 per month in ongoing residual income. If I get those 25 on each side to go out and tell a couple people each, I've now got 63 on my left leg, 63 on my right leg. I'm now earning $2,500 to $3,500 per month in residual income. If I get those 63 people to tell 1 person each, I now have 125. I'm now making $4,000 to $5,000 per month. And if I can get just half of those people to tell 1 person each, I've now got 188 in my left leg, 188 in my right leg, and I'm now earning on average $10,240 per month. That's $123,000 per year plus. In addition to the 3 vacations I have from the product, the company's going to give me 2 more vacations completely for free. And these include airfare. Okay. 2 more vacations that include airfare. I've got 5 vacations per year. I'm making $123,000 per year. The company takes me shopping at Louis Vuitton on the company credit card, another perk you get when you first become an ambassador. And this money is residual. It does not require me to wake up in the morning and do anything. My check shows up every single Friday, whether I work or not. As my team continues to grow, so can my check. My check can continue to grow. But I can now do what I want, when I want, with whom I want, anytime I want. Now, as the 2 legs continue to grow, the check can go to $15,000 per month. It can go to $20,000 per month, $30,000 per month, $40,000 per month. But when you get to $10,000 per month, the company gives you another brand new position you can build from scratch all over again. So I got my 2 legs growing, I'm making money, and I have this brand new position completely for free. You don't pay for the position. And you can say, you know what? I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm going to stay focused on my 2 legs. Or at some point, you may say, I'll put 3 people in. And if I put 3 people in, I get to make $4.10 per day, $127 per month, over $1,500 per year. Well, then if I 3 tell 3 and they're 3 tell 3, my team begins to grow. I get 8 on the left, 8 on the right. I'm making $400 to $700 a month, in addition to my 10, 15, 20 grand a month I'm making from my original position. If those 8 on each side tell a couple people each, I got 25 left, 25 right. I'm making a couple grand a month, in addition to all the money I'm making from my first position, right? And those 2 legs continue to grow until eventually I end up making over 10 grand a month on my second position. So I might be making 20, 30 grand a month on position one. I'm now making 10 grand a month on position number two. Then they give me another brand new leg. You know what, guys? I got two, I'm good. Or at some point, you may throw another few people over there and then go do it all over again. And there's no limit to how many times you can do that. There's no limit to how much money you can make in the company. It's only just based on how hungry are you to go out and share the company and make